Welcome to River Bear Aquaponics, small soil systems. Today we're going to talk about garlic, specifically garlic scapes. First, you need to understand that that your garlic scapes are only produced on hardneck garlics. Softneck garlics produce something, I guess, kind of similar in a way, but it's all done in the inside of the bulb. In other words, you end up with more cloves on the inside under the ground. Hardneck ones produce this flower that shoots up through the middle of that bulb, shoots up through the middle and creates a flower up here. But they don't create seeds. What they do is they create something called bulblets, and bulblets are clones of. All right, so these are garlic seeds. This is what a scape looks like when it goes to seed. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to plant these right here, right now, at least some of them. And my understanding is next year what I'll end up with is a single bulb, almost more like an onion bulb as opposed to the individual cloves. So this is an experiment. I'm kind of hoping that if I get these in early, maybe I'll fool them into a longer growing season. So that's the plan. We'll see what happens. If you don't get your scapes off early enough, what you wind up doing is it affects the size of the garlic bulb underneath the ground here. And you don't want to do that. You're trying to maximize the most you can. And this is a great little side crop. The sooner you do it, the better off you actually are. You don't want this garlic to put too much energy into creating these things. A lot of people will say, wait till the first curl and cut them off. In fact, the earlier you do it, the less energy it's putting into creating these things. But you can tell that it's actually starting to get closer to its end of its life because the tips of the garlic are now starting to turn a little bit on the yellow side. And what that means is the garlic is actually putting more energy into scapes and into the bulb than it is into creating leaves anymore. It's pretty much done at this point with creating the leaves. That part's done. Now it's in its reproductive cycle. It's gone through its growth cycle, and now it's into its reproductive cycle, and it doesn't need the leaves like it used to. Now, one of the interesting things about garlic is that if you replant the bulblets that come off of here, it actually takes a minimum of 2 years in order to get a garlic bulb out of it that's of a usable size. In other words, garlic plants actually very slow to mature from these bulblets. Okay, this is the garlic being grown from the bulblets. And it is very small at this point. That one back there, that's the same type of garlic, but that one was grown from a clove. Now these are supposed to take several years to actually mature, so I thought that was pretty interesting researching this video. It can take 2, 3, even 4 years depending on the species of garlic before you start getting those garlics again in the bulb. And that's why we tend to use the bulb that's growing under the ground in order to grow garlic, because it really wouldn't be much of a practical crop if we didn't do that. Another interesting thing is garlic actually is originally from Asia, and we've been cultivating different garlic for over 10,000 years. I thought that was pretty interesting little fact there. How do you harvest these scapes? Well, it's pretty easy. You're gonna go down to, it's kind of moves one of these out of the way a little bit. Hopefully we can catch this on camera. You're gonna go down as low as you can go, down to the last leaf, and you're just gonna cut that off, just like that. But I'm gonna make a pesto out of this year because a lot of people have been talking about pesto. and making garlic scape pesto, and that just sounds amazing to me. This year's garlic did really, really well. I'm super happy with the results. Look at all these scapes. You really want to make sure you get them all, because it absolutely does affect the size of the bulb that you wind up with in the end. You don't want tiny bulbs. We're trying to grow big bulbs so that we can enjoy our garlic. You want to get them all. I got a lot of scapes here, guys. And you can eat them just like that. Oh man, that's good. If you're a garlic lover, boy. Look at all that. That looks fantastic. I got them off at a good size. They haven't put a lot of energy into them yet. They taste fantastic. I'm gonna go make some pesto. Yeah, I think that's all of them. All right. Like, share, and subscribe.